reminded me of your last name. And I saw it like, the sooner it was get it. It was pretty crazy, man. Shit, yeah. Yeah, that was, they skewed down at you. No, they must have been.
Kia ora koutou katoa. E te mana whenua o nei tua huriri, tēnā koutou. E nā pukenga, e nā akonga, e nā whānau tēnā koutou katoa. Nō mai here mai tauti mai ki tēnei kaupapa whakanui a i te pōnei. E mea ana te whakatauki. Ka whati i te tai, ka pau te torea. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa. Greetings to you all. We acknowledge the mana tribal authority over this land here in Canterbury, New Zealand, the local sub-tribe Ngāi Tuahuriri, the iwi of the group Ngāi Tahu. To our students, families, friends, greetings to you all. We welcome you to this evening of celebration of our wonderful students. An appropriate proverb to start this evening is, when the tide recedes, the oyster catcher strikes. This whakatauki Ngāi Tahu is a proverb that speaks to the importance of reading the conditions, being prepared with the skills, the knowledge, the timing, and making most of the opportunities when they arise, which is exactly what our summer startup program is all about. In closing, greetings to you all. We hope that we have a wonderful evening. And now it is my great pleasure to invite our extraordinary MC for the evening, Hannah. Hannah is very close to our heart at UCE Centre for Entrepreneurship. Not only she was part of the first ever summer startup program cohort 11 years ago, but also she has gone and making a great impact in our Otautai community by being a startup founder herself, being a wedding celebrant, and all sorts of great things that she will tell you all about in a minute. So please welcome our MC for the evening, Hannah Duda.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Ko tararua te paimaunga, ko ruamahanga te awa, ko takitimu te waka, ko ngati kahununu te iwi, ko papawae te marae, ko Hannah Duda aho. Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Kia ora i te whānau, kua hui mai nei, i tēnei pō. Welcome to the UCE Centre for Entrepreneurship Summer Startup Showcase for 2024. My name is Hannah Duda, and I am so excited to be your MC tonight. As Lisa said, I am an alum from the very first Summer Startup program in 2013. I have been in the shoes of these students, and backstage just over here, they are excited, they are nervous, and this could be the beginning of their life as a change maker, an entrepreneur, or a trailblazer, and thank you for being here, because it's really important for entrepreneurs to have an amazing community around them. So the support of their family, whānau, friends, all the mentors, the speakers, the workshop coordinators, and all the people that have helped put this program together. We really thank you for being a part of it, and I hope you can continue to support these students, because this is very much the beginning of their journey. And I don't want to go too much into what I do, so I'll be at the networking if you want to chat. So congratulations to this entire cohort, because getting through this last 10 weeks, it's an incredible feat. It's a full-on, it's kind of like a startup weekend, but for 10 weeks. It's very, very intense, and they go through a lot of, hear from speakers and workshops, and some of them pivot completely halfway through, and it's an amazing experience. And I do believe that the Summer Startup Program is the perfect opportunity to provide students a platform to be creative, innovative, entrepreneurial. They learn the basics of business, and it really does set them up to thrive in whatever career they pursue, as I know firsthand. They've also gone through a lot of fun times together. You really meet lifelong friends who could be their future co-founder, their future colleague, maybe even the person they may marry one day. It has happened. There's a few alum who are now married, so it's a really cool way to meet people. So just a quick brief run through of how tonight will work. We're going to hear from 3 speakers and then move into the pitches, which is obviously why we're all here tonight. And in the middle of those 8 pitches, so it's the top 8 ventures from the program we'll pitch tonight, we're going to hear from an alumni from last year. and that's going to be exciting. And then after the pitches, you're going to have a bit of time to vote for your people's choice. So please, as you're listening to these pitches, make sure you're taking note in your brain of who's going to be your people's choice. And we will also, after that, hear from our keynote speaker, and then we will move into the announcement of the winners, which is so exciting. And of course, there'll be a chance to network afterwards with some more nibbles and drinks. Just a little bit of housekeeping. So if you need to leave the auditorium, please try and do it between breaks of the pitches. So, while we're clapping, jump out. If you haven't found the bathrooms, that's the best door to go out, and then they're just to your left. The piano is a smoke, vape, and drug-free venue. In the event of a fire or earthquake, please follow instructions of the piano staff, who will hopefully show themselves over here. And there are 3 exits. So you've got one here, which takes you straight out. You just go straight through out to the car park, one through the back of the house, and one to the west wing. I hope those don't follow my hands. Just follow the exit signs. And the assembly point is the grass area to the left of the building. It's very helpful if your phone doesn't make a noise during the pitch. It's super, distracting. So please make sure your cell phone's switched off. Make sure your alarms are turned off. If you've got a bin alarm, turn that off. That goes off for me all the time to put your bins out. So turn all those off, and so the students aren't distracted. And this isn't written down, but maybe don't take a big flash photo halfway through, because that's also quite distracting. So just be wary of the students, because they've got 3 minutes to get out their pitch and they need no distractions. And just a disclaimer. The Financial Markets Authority would like to remind you that no offer of investment is being made today. You should not rely on any information presented here today in any investment decision. However, if you want to give them your money, definitely do that. That's my advice, because some of these businesses will go on to be great. So just to get us started, I'm going to invite our first speaker up, who is Jared Quinn, the UCE Director. Please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Hannah. Kia ora, everybody. Nā mai haere mai ke tēnei hui huina, he tino tautoko, kato katau te pukapu rakahinga. Welcome to this event. For those of you who are not physically here and who are instead watching this event via live stream, kia ora to you too. It is my absolute pleasure to be part of the UCE team to celebrate this 11th edition of the Showcase of the Summer Startup Program. We would normally start with a welcome from Paul Ballantyne, the Executive Dean of the Business School, but unfortunately he's travelling overseas, but he did send some kind words which I will read out. And he's just texted me to say that he's watching the live stream, so I hope I get them right, Paul. So UCE is one of the key pillars of the UCE Business School, and since inception, the activities of UCE have had a profound impact on our students, creating opportunities for them to learn in real-world settings that are closely linked to their community and to industry. The Business School has been recognised and accredited by the 3 main international business school accreditation bodies. This means that we have achieved the prestigious Triple Crown of accreditation that places the UC Business School in the top 1% of business schools around the world. Plus, we have been recognised within the worldwide business school impact system. Whether it be through the Summer Startup Program, the various Disrupt Challenges, the ThinkLab Incubator, our 3-year Validator series delivered with industry and funded by Christchurch NZ, or the myriad of other opportunities provided to students and external founders, UCE has established itself as a beacon of entrepreneurial activity in the Ōtautahi Christchurch startup ecosystem. In the business of making a difference is the mission of the UCE Business School. Both economically and socially, the students here tonight embody this mission with their passion and commitment to innovation and entrepreneurship. Combined with our deep connection with industry, these students are better prepared to deliver the future needs of work and society. Thank you, Paul. Later this evening, we'll have Dr. Russell Wordsworth, the Acting Dean of the Business School, to present the awards. So UCE's mission is to develop the next generation of entrepreneurial talent, both within UC and out in the wider economy. Over the last 11 years, UCE has supported the creation of more than 600 ventures, supported 1,500 student entrepreneurs, and awarded more than $1 million in scholarships to help them progress their ventures. Our ventures have delivered a lot of social, cultural, environmental and commercial impact, employed many people and raised tens of millions of dollars in capital. We are right at the start and the heart of the regional and national innovation ecosystems. Now, Summer Startup is a very early stage program, and it provides the opportunity for students to actually explore what it's like to be an entrepreneur. We just want them to have the belief that they could identify or in fact create for themselves an opportunity and then go after it. As some of you know, it's one hell of a journey, but we hope that the students have also had some fun along the way. And we hope that students have found this Summer Startup transformational, because I know that some of them will go on to make transformations in the lives of other people. Unfortunately, we only have time to present a small sample of the great ventures and people from this year's program. That's why we call it a showcase. I would have loved to have had the time to have all of the ventures up here this evening. There will be 7 awards presented this evening. 2 are internal awards related to the way in which students have participated in the program, and 4 reflect the degree to which the ventures have progressed along the pathway to commercialisation. Hannah mentioned the People's Choice Awards, so keep an eye out for your favourite. Instructions on how to do this will be put up on the slides after the pictures. When I said at the start that I have the pleasure to work at UCE, I mean it sincerely. I love it because I get to work with a great team and with students who've already put their hands up to be the ones who are going to make a difference. But in fact, our wider team includes all of you here this evening. The success of the program is largely dependent on the generous support of the Christchurch innovation and entrepreneurship community. We need the involvement of all our supporters to help the next generation of entrepreneurs make a difference in the world. So I take my hat off to all of you. Please join us for some hospitality after the showcase and meet some of these great entrepreneurs. Ka mihi, and thank you again for being here. I hope you're ready to be amazed by the pictures from Summer Startup 24, so on with the show.
Thank you, Jared. So 2 of us have already failed at our jobs tonight. One was me. I forgot to flick the slide, so you were looking at me a bit longer than you needed to. And also someone's phone went off. So whoever that was, I heard a phone. The only noise I'm okay with tonight is little baby Atlas that's out there. If we hear him make a wee noise, that's okay. So I will introduce our next speaker and make sure that this click is working. It is. So I'd like to invite Pete Howard-Ford, who is the Summer Startup Program Lead, onto the stage.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Kia ora katoa. Welcome and thank you to you all for coming along and supporting our next generation of entrepreneurs and change makers. The Summer Startup Program is UCE's flagship event, with an incredible 11-year history of helping to nourish and build the capabilities of aspiring entrepreneurs and impactful ventures. I've had the privilege of following the Summer Startup Program for a number of years and have watched many of our alumni grow to both developing amazing careers and ventures that have defined the new generation of entrepreneurial ventures both here in Otautahi and across the globe. I have a habit of being inspired by individuals younger than myself, including incredible individuals such as Hannah Duda, Logan Williams, Ron Park, Chris Bacon and Jack Wood, Kendall Flutie, Ben Scales, William Morrell, and Monique Lau, who are all part of our amazing alumni doing incredible things in the world. I would like to take this time to acknowledge all of the people that have been involved in supporting and running this program over the years, and give special appreciation to Lisa Martin, who has provided large shoes to fill in leading the Summer Startup Program over the previous 4 years, and along with the rest of our team, provides a huge amount of heart and support. I might just grab the clicker. Thank you. This year, we have an amazing cohort of 16 participants and 14 ventures. They've done us all proud, and I wish we could have had them all up here on stage this evening. A highlight for me has been how all of these participants have bonded and supported each other right from day one. While we provide specific thank yous later, I would also like to thank and acknowledge the 90+ individuals who have supported our cohort this year as speakers, workshop facilitators, mentors and judges. You've helped ignite the rocket fuel behind the Summer Startup Program this year, and I am amazed by the impeccable list of accomplished founders and industry experts who have donated their time to supporting the next generation. This year, we've worked on further developing the program, providing an intensive array of interactive workshops, inspiring speakers, coaching, speed mentoring, and entrepreneurial field trips. We've had such an amazing list of people involved, including some of Aotearoa's most accomplished entrepreneurs, impact makers, and industry leaders. I can't deeply express my gratitude enough to you all for the value that you've brought to this year's cohort and how privileged I feel to have you all involved in the program. Through my own experience and insights, founders need to possess a huge amount of passion and belief in their venture ideas, with a relentless focus on listening and understanding to their customers and market. While refining their business model, they also need to have grit and determination to bring their ideas to life. There is no such thing as perfect, and the only way you can really learn entrepreneurship is to get stuck in, make things happen, and learn along the way. This year, we've had a strong commitment to encouraging our cohort to break out of the comfort zones, go out and talk to people and potential customers, industry professionals, while pushing them to develop minimum viable products and to focus on getting their ideas out there in the world. The Summer Startup Program has been a relentless marathon. For myself and for the cohort, it's been a journey of blood, sweat and tears, like all good entrepreneurial journeys. Over our 10 weeks together, we started the program in mid-November and first got our participants to focus on themselves, their why, their goals and ambitions, while helping to nurture the all-important emotional intelligence and aspects of being an entrepreneur to help them survive the roller coaster. We then introduced them to the principles of design-based thinking and asked them to delve deeper into the problem they were seeking to solve. Following from that, we sought them to explore customer validation, to seek to understand their customer segments and how to develop compelling value propositions for their potential customers. From here, we introduced the concept of developing minimum viable products, encouraging participants to build quickly and learn fast. The cohort was then introduced to the 10 types of innovation and encouraged to think about how they can build disruptive business models while developing pricing strategies that build value. Following the Christmas break, our participants returned to gain knowledge on branding and marketing from some of the leaders in their fields, alongside developing the sales expertise to truly hustle and build customer relationships. We had a jam-packed week filled full of legal, IP and governance and accounting experts who provided the wisdom to forecasting cash flows, structuring their businesses and ensuring they considered all the risks. As we came close to the end of our journey, we brought together an ecosystem of supporters, founders and investors, with the aim of providing the ventures with insights into the key aspects investors seek while providing pathways of support and funding beyond the Summer Startup Program. Finally, we've had a plethora of coaches and pitch professionals who have come in during the final stages to help our ventures craft their story. Thank you to all that have made this possible. I look forward to sharing the success of our participants with you all this evening, and thanks to the UCE team and everybody that has given their time to making these dreams possible.
Thanks, Pete. So our next speaker is a current cohort, student of the current cohort, and I'm very excited to hear from her because a lot has changed, and as many of you know, the program has developed every year over the past 11 years, so we're really lucky to hear from Emma and her experience from a student perspective. Emma graduated with her degree in product design in November, specialising in chemical formulation design. Her passion for health and the environment drove her to co-found Teeny, a company focused on oat milk powder. Please welcome to the stage, Emma.
Looking back, it's amazing how seemingly small decisions can have such a profound impact on our lives. 4 years ago, almost to the day, I had everything packed to move to Australia to pursue a career as a makeup artist. However, fate had other plans as my flight coincided with the start of lockdown in New Zealand. To pass the time until I could leave, I enrolled in a product design degree. Fast forward to June last year, and I found myself starting my final year project. It was then my lecturer encouraged me and some friends to participate in a Dragon's Den Byways competition organised by UCE. We decided to join the night before, and to our surprise, we ended up winning a scholarship to Summer Startup. And I decided to apply for the same scholarship for my final year project. Little did I know this would spark a series of events that would shape my future. Looking back, I realised that applying for Summer Startup was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It ignited a passion in me, clarified my career path, and introduced me to a community of like-minded individuals that I didn't know existed, who have become some of my closest friends and advisors. Within 10 weeks, my university project took off and turned into a business that I'll be diving into full-time. I now have an incredible co-founder, Renee, who you will meet soon, and she perfectly complements my skills and weaknesses. We have received a scholarship to be mentored by Brianne West, who we fangirl over a little bit, and we've developed a solid commercialisation plan. We've also secured Michael Dury as a mentor, gained interest from supermarkets, and even received investment offers, all of which is still mind-blowing to think about. Our cohort's venture growth has been really inspiring. It has been such a cool experience to watch each concept come to life. As you enter Level 6 in Rehua, you can feel the passion and energy coming from all directions. Even though 8 of us are presenting tonight, the rest of the cohort have done an exceptional job and have really unique ventures that can change the world. Among many other things, we have a prototype for an app that prevents flats from being Clean Freak's worst nightmare, a revolutionary game mod, and a smart home system for renters. Each individual responsible for these concepts is extremely motivated, imaginative, and certain to be successful. Seeing everyone thrive has been incredibly rewarding. In the initial weeks of Summer Startup, we were encouraged to deeply reflect on our values and desired impacts, which has become invaluable during challenging moments. The program's emphasis on mental well-being and balance has been crucial to remain healthy through such a busy period. Some of my favourite moments of Summer Startup include speed mentoring, inspiring talks from Brianne West and James Lachlan, and our field trips to Care Aerospace, Partley and Peerage. The whole cohort agrees that our biggest takeaway is the incredible network that we've gained. They emphasised how this network has helped them believe in their passions and turn them into realities. Without them, none of this would have been possible. Each of us now has access to some of the most successful entrepreneurs in New Zealand and beyond, along with their wealth of experience and wisdom. Every question we've had about starting a business has been answered by one of our guests, even the stupid ones. They've covered marketing, legal matters, funding, and all other aspects of a startup. Our cohort has acted as a safe space and an escape from the outside world. Every day, I'm excited to walk into an environment filled with people who understand the struggles and stress of starting a business, as well as celebrating all the highs. We're all going it through together, and to cope, we join for late night pizza, brainstorming sessions, and ping pong when competition is necessary. It gets very heated. We've been like a family from day one, and we recently signed a contract on a whiteboard, agreeing to keep in touch until we're 80. I would wholeheartedly recommend Summer Startup to anyone with a passion or an idea they believe could become a successful business, even if it's not the path they initially envisioned. I genuinely cannot imagine embarking on the journey of starting a business without this program. What could have been an incredibly daunting and challenging experience has been remarkably smooth sailing, thanks to the invaluable support and guidance that we've received. On behalf of the cohort, I would like to say a massive thank you to you, Pete, who may have gained a few grey hairs from putting up with us. The UCE team, Lisa, Vaughan and Gerard for keeping us on track weekly and offering their guidance, and to Monique, Carmen and Ben for being our step parents. Thank you to every single speaker and mentor who gave their time to help us all fulfill our passions. And lastly, but certainly not least, thank you to the cohort for memories and laughs I will cherish forever.
Okay, the time we've all been waiting for, pitch time. So I can just feel the heartbeats racing from the 8 teams over there. They're all very excited to pitch. So back in my day, I'm just going to keep talking about it, 2013, it was a great year. Some of you were there. The Summer Startup program had just started. The hype was not there, it was new, and they basically just accepted anyone. I was there. I couldn't even spell entrepreneur and I got in. But these days, it's highly competitive. And it's honestly such an achievement just to get into this program. So I just want to, maybe we could just give a round of applause for all the students. So for those not pitching tonight and those pitching tonight, you've honestly just done such an amazing job getting in, and I hope you can all spell entrepreneur. Hard word to spell. So let's get started. I'm going to introduce our first pitch for this evening, Amara Skin.
Good evening. My name is Daim Sharif, and growing up between Bangladesh and Aotearoa, my family taught me that sometimes we have to look back to our own heritage to solve our problems and guide us into the future. Right now, the skincare industry has problems with the lack of South Asian representation, transparency issues of voting trust, and poverty concerns in developing nations. To fix this, I decided to look back to my own family's teachings, and I created Amara Skin, a skincare brand blending traditional South Asian wisdom with innovative formulations. We craft products addressing your concerns and embrace the best of both worlds. I'd like to introduce you now to the Atia Revitalizing Serum, a lightweight, hydrating serum. It targets fine lines and wrinkles. It is made with my own grandmother's herbal blend, ashwagandha, and hyaluronic acid, leaving the skin feeling soft and smooth. But why us? Why Amara Skin? Firstly, we use traditional ingredients in every single product, ensuring that our grandmothers' and forefathers' histories continue to be told. Consumers will be able to track the product's journey from cradle to grave, and a portion of our revenue will directly support local community projects. Combined worth $3.5 billion, the Australasian skincare market anticipates a 6% growth over the next 5 years, showcasing a strong demand, even in a saturated market. Kama Ayurveda and Aesop are competitors to Amara Skin, however, like its unique blend of traditional ingredients, knowledge, and transparent approach to their skincare products. And one of our ideal consumers, Fahana, desires a trustworthy brand that is ethical, uses traditional ingredients, and that is easily accessible. She's willing to pay extra for all things. We're meeting with over 100 people over the last 8 weeks. We found that cleansers, moisturizers, sunscreens, and serums as top consumer choices, and over half are willing to use traditional ingredients in their daily skincare routines. We've almost completed our first round of market validation on the Atia Revitalizing Serum, with consumers aged 35 to 65 of diverse genders and skin types. We are awaiting their valuable feedback. Retailing for $85, the Atia Revitalizing Serum at time of launch will be sold via our website as well as farmers markets. However, in the future, it will be available at select retail stores. As a third-year chemical formulation design student, I possess the fundamental technical and creative skills needed for Amara Skin's future. I'd like to thank Stacey Fazer and the team at PH Products for their support during this program, as well as my other mentors and advisors. Right now, we're completing market validation on the Atia Revitalizing Serum. By July, we start development of 2 additions to the Atia line. By September, we hope to launch our Revitalizing Serum. And by the end of 2025, enter retail stores such as Valentine's and Mecca. To help Amara Skin reach our further goals, further mentorship in business management is crucial. A co-founder is needed for long-term sustainability, and in mid-2025, a round of seed funding from angel investors for a manufacturing run. At Amara Skin, we're not just a brand. We are a love letter to the marriage of heritage and the future. Donabad, thank you for listening.
What a great start. Straight into our second venture, I would like to welcome to the stage Ghost Guards.
Hi, my name is Kent and this is Ghost Guards. Right now, the most common injury in snowboarding is a wrist injury. In fact, wrist injuries account for 44% of all upper extremity injuries in the sport. So for such a common injury, you'd think surely somebody would have made something to prevent this by now. And they have. There are wrist guards out there on the market today which can prevent injuries by up to 85%. So why is it still the most common injury? Well, I believe that my friend's story sums us up the best. She went out snowboarding opening day at Mount Hutt and did the all too common occurrence of catching an edge, putting her arm out and breaking her wrist. This led to the quote-unquote horrible recovery process of 6 weeks in a cast and 3 months of physio to get a wrist that is still sore to this day. I asked her, "Why didn't you wear wrist guards?" And she said, "They're ugly. They didn't fit under the glove, and she didn't want to look like a kook or beginner." And she's not alone. In fact, a study found that 60% of people not wearing wrist guards had worn them at one stage, but stopped, with the number one reason being design, saying they're impractical, uncomfortable, and painful to wear. So why has no one changed this? This is Ghost Guards, a fully new and reimagined wrist guard. They are lightweight, custom, and comfortable, and fit under the glove with ease. They're designed to go unnoticed by the user, hence the name Ghost Guards. They work much like how a mouth guard does, and when heated they can bend to fit the user's hand, but as it cools down it returns back to its original strength but keeps the new shape, ensuring that each guard has a custom and comfortable fit for every user. So, is there a market for this? Yes, the snowboarding market is massive. There's over 7.5 million snowboarders in the US alone. And if we times these numbers by the median price of a wrist guard, we can see that the global market is worth over 800 million NZ. So, to start up my wrist guards, I'll need an initial investment of $13,000 to do a 5,000 unit run. And selling them at $45 each, I'd have to sell 300 to break even. The way I'd like to sell these is through use of an influencer, as I can use their following to create my community, as well as selling through an online website, as it's got a low startup cost and lets me sell globally straight away. As of now, I do have a prototype that is working, and it's about to be impact tested, as well as a working website. But I want to launch these on Kickstarter, as I can use the initial pre-sales of it to cover the initial startup cost. But to do this, I need to have a community, and that's where you guys come in. I'm asking for someone who's good at social media marketing to help me create this community and build a following, as well as if anyone here has enjoyed what I'm saying or is interested in this at all, to please follow me on any of these and keep up and join the community. I've been Kent, and this has been Ghost Guards. Thank you.
Amazing. Love it. Thanks, Kent. Okay, straight into our third venture for this evening. Please put your hands together and welcome Line Buddy.
This is the referee that incorrectly gave an All Black a red card, costing New Zealand the Rugby World Cup final. Yeah. From his decisions, we've learned that referees don't always make the right calls. And the same is true in badminton. I'm Jenny, a New Zealand representative badminton player, and I can tell you that this frustration is universal. But for professional athletes, this problem is solved by advanced umpiring technologies such as Hawkeye. But for the rest of us, this technology is both expensive and inaccessible. That's why I'm creating Line Buddy, the umpire in your pocket. Utilizing smartphone technology and object detection, Line Buddy brings you an automatic umpiring solution that is both convenient and affordable. Just set your phone on a tripod and jump on court. Line Buddy will make a sound and flash green or red to indicate when the shuttle lands in or out. Deployed as subscription packages, we will focus on onboarding associations, as they are the primary tournament organisers, so that people like Jack can focus on what's truly important, performing his best. And like Jack, 65,000 people play badminton in New Zealand. This gives a predicted 1% market share, equaling $100,000 a year. Badminton Canterbury and Badminton New Zealand have already expressed their interest in Line Buddy. But that's just where it begins. 340 million people play badminton worldwide, making badminton the second most participated sport in the world. This gives a predicted 1% market share, equaling $740 million per year. Currently, the only umpiring technology in badminton is Hawkeye, but that costs $100,000 and requires 10 cameras per court. Whereas Line Buddy costs as little as $8 and only requires one smartphone, which you already have. Currently 60% through prototyping, we aim to test and deploy in 2025. After expanding into the Asian market, where badminton is most played, we plan to dominate other sports as well. So why me? I have relationships in the global badminton community, and I understand the technology thanks to my mechatronics background. So today, I'm looking for technical advisors with experience in computer vision and deep learning for our testing stage. So join me in creating Line Buddy, the umpire in your pocket. Thank you.
Amazing. We have one more pitch before our small break with another guest speaker. So I would like to invite to the stage Nature Delights.
Please close your eyes and imagine yourself saturated with the beauty of nature. Please open your eyes. Hi, I'm Leo, founder of Nature Delights music series. As you may have a bit tested about what it is, Nature Delights is a series of bespoke music events which bring life enrichment to our audience. As an impact enterprise, we aim to deliver immersive music experience to our audience and offer job opportunities for our musicians. To ensure the cash flow, our target audience will be those with decent disposable income in their 35 or above, who is interested in new form of entertainment. I have validated this customer segment with 10 interviews, and 80% of them has expressed their interest in attending. Now, I'm in process of setting up a website testing for registration of public interest. The concept has been proven. There's a niche in the market from all these companies trying to pair up classical instruments with new concepts together. Candlelight went viral globally. Symphony is very popular in Auckland region, and the CSO has been transforming to host more concerts paired up with different expertise. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever felt too strict or disconnected whenever you attend a concert, not understanding the content of music in context? Unlike our competitors, we strive to create a bespoke and relaxing music atmosphere where you can enjoy the whole event without any concern. The way we pair up with music, nature, wine, and fun catering not only elevates our customers' spirit to full, but also build social connections between both customers and musicians. I will establish relationships with local cafes, restaurants, and restaurant homes, hoping to charge them with the only music service and hoping for them to offer catering and venue. And eventually, I'll move to the business model. I will arrange everything by myself. We'd like to start small with the ambition to scale up to globally and domestically from 2025 onwards. I'm now at the step of MVP testing at a local restaurant home, aiming to launch my first event in May this year. What I'm looking for today is to sign up to follow our first launch if you're interested. I'm Leo. Here's my venture. Please join to this journey of your life enrichment. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Leo. Love just a bit more of that violin. That was beautiful. Okay, so now we're very lucky to have an alumni from last year's cohort speak to us. It's very close to my heart, this one. Monique Lau is the CEO and founder of EndoSoothe, a startup whose mission is to redefine the menstrual experience. Monique has a degree in chemical formulation and a strong passion for women's health and entrepreneurship. She is currently studying her master's and was named Momentum Student Entrepreneur of the Year 2023. You may have seen her billboards around Christchurch. She has gone from strength to strength since finishing this program, and I am a big fan. Please put your hands together for Monique.
Thank you, Hannah, for the introduction. My name is Monique, and I'm the founder and CEO of EndoSoothe. I'm here to share with you a journey that began with an idea and has since evolved into a mission-driven venture. 8 years ago, I found myself in an endless cycle of pain caused by endometriosis. For years, I faced dismissal, misdiagnosis, and frustration at the limited options and lack of education that was available. This experience led me to realize that my story was not unique. So many women face similar challenges, and there's such little support and understanding. And so I created EndoSoothe, with a simple yet powerful mission to provide comforting and inclusive menstrual care to all. My journey so far has not been an easy one. It has taken dedication, resilience, and the support of an incredible community. Taking part in the summer startup program last year was the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey. It was an incredible experience that allowed me to meet and work alongside like-minded people. I was provided with the tools, resources, and connections needed to transform my idea into a business. After getting to pitch right here on this stage 1 year ago and walking away with the Most Well-Developed Award, I went back to UCE to complete my final semester of my bachelor's degree in chemical formulation. With my newfound passion for entrepreneurship, I signed up to the Entree executive team as the community builder and joined the Momentum Return on Science Committee. Both of these allowed me to work alongside amazing people and provide advice to other students and startups. As the semester drew to a close, I realized that I was not ready to leave behind the supportive community that I had found. I decided to continue my studies, beginning my master's in product design, researching natural actives and their anti-inflammatory properties. Staying as part of the UC community gave me the chance to take part in the Entree Enterprise Challenge, which provided me with mentorship from the wonderful Hannah Duda and gave me vital knowledge to help EndoSoothe grow. At the end of the challenge, I was awarded with first place and on the same night launched our first EndoSoothe product. During the second half of 2023, I received the Kate Shepherd Women's Fund from the Christchurch Foundation, as well as part of the Women's Entrepreneur Fund. I took part in the Prince's Trust Enterprise Program and later had the chance to pitch and receive funding from them. In September, I was honoured to receive the Momentum Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award for 2023. This award has provided me with the opportunity to attend the Auckland Angels Association Summit next week and the American Angels Association Summit in Columbus, Ohio in May. Throughout the year, our story has resonated across various platforms, including magazine features, online articles, and a compelling case study from Christchurch, New Zealand. Opportunities to share my journey as a keynote speaker have amplified our impact within the entrepreneurial ecosystem. My highlight of the past 6 months has been serving as the intern for the Summer Startup Program, providing support and mentorship to those just beginning their entrepreneurial journeys. Watching each student develop their idea into a business has been so rewarding and inspiring. The position has been a wonderful opportunity and even allowed me the chance to meet and interview my idol, Brianne West, a moment that will not soon be forgotten. But my journey is far from over. As we look to the future, I'm excited about the possibilities that lie ahead. I've recently been accepted into the Ministry of Awesome Founder Catalyst, and I will continue to be actively involved in the ecosystem through roles such as the Entree Exec and Momentum Committee. To the students from this year's cohort, whether you are presenting in the showcase or not, I am so incredibly proud of each and every one of you. You have all come so far, and it has been such a privilege to watch you grow yourselves and your ideas over the past 3 months. You are all going places, and I hope to be there alongside you the whole way. To my fellow early-stage entrepreneurs, I offer this advice. Embrace the journey, surround yourself with supportive individuals, and never underestimate the impact that your ideas can have. And to the more seasoned entrepreneurs and guests in the audience, I encourage you to support and uplift the next generation of innovators. Together we can create a brighter future, one where innovation thrives, inclusivity reigns, and positive change is ingrained in every aspect of entrepreneurship. Thank you for your support, and here's to a future filled with even greater accomplishments.
All while doing her masters. Just amazing, isn't it? And I think it's really kind of easy to forget that these are obviously students at the University of Canterbury. They're all completing some kind of qualification, and it just is really setting them up for the future of being an entrepreneur, because you have to juggle a million things at once. So it's just such a great program, as you've seen, and it really is just the start for most of these students. They've got so many amazing opportunities that will launch pad out of this amazing program. Obviously, Ministry of Awesome was just mentioned, and there's other accelerated programs throughout the country that these students now just have those networks and connections. So it's amazing. We're now going to have our final 4 pitches. So I would like to introduce our next venture, Resilient U.
You've all heard kids speaking in high school. This is me in year 12. I was feeling pretty good about myself. With my good grades and my big trophy, I was ready to take on my new university journey. But things didn't go to plan. University is hard. I mean, really hard. With poor grades, on top of social pressures, I lost the trust I once had in myself. I was no longer the guy who always says and achieves what he sets out to do. I needed a change. The COVID break allowed me the opportunity to explore what was at the root of my problems. Bad habits. I'm not alone. According to Tech, more than 20% of New Zealand students drop out of university in their first year, and 33% will fail to make it to graduation. We need to do better. So, you must be thinking, how do we better prepare university students for their journey? Introducing Resilient U. I had one purpose in mind when I created Resilient U, to make it as easy as possible for students to develop healthy habits that stick. Resilient U consists of 3 core components. Number 1, interactive learning modules. Number 2, community support and accountability. And number 3, personalised systems coaching. So you must be thinking, how do we stack up compared to our competitors? Resilient U offers custom plans for unique challenges and goals, while our competitors only provide a one-size-fits-all approach. We prioritise the 3 pillars of well-being: sleep, nutrition and fitness, all of which have been shown to predict academic success. We also prioritise habit formation techniques that create systems designed to last a lifetime. 40% of New Zealand school leavers go straight into university. Of these, 33% will fail to complete their degree. Resilient U is uniquely positioned to cater for this underserved market. At Resilient U, we see immense potential in helping these school leavers navigate and succeed in their academic journey, making them a key part of our market. Students can gain access to Resilient U's community and transformative resources for a monthly subscription of $20. Additionally, they can also pay for the one-on-one coaching package for $600, which provides a cost-efficient alternative compared to traditional university courses. This price point ensures affordability and value for those seeking quality advice about succeeding in university. I currently already run a habit coaching business. I have 3 paying customers, one of which is starting university soon. Looking ahead to 2025, I'm going to look to launch the Resilient U platform based off compelling testimonials that validate the strength of our framework. Looking ahead to 2028, our vision is to establish a teachable framework enabling the training of secondary school teachers in the Resilient U philosophy. The team currently consists of myself as CEO and founder, Professor Don Hine, behaviour change expert, and Dr. Carmen Weaver, educational designer. My ask: I'm currently building the Resilient U team, and I'm looking for skilled behavioural scientists, nutritionists, and software developers. I'm also seeking a $300,000 investment for team and platform development. Thank you for listening. Build good, break bad with Resilient U.
Thank you. going to check that clicker is working. Yeah. Okay, so we are on to our Team 6. I would like to introduce to the stage our next venture, Snippet Jobs.
Broke, in need of a job and a place to sleep, but you can't even afford an Uber. So you hitch a ride in the back of a storage truck and spend a couple of nights homeless at university wondering how to get back on your feet. That was us, and sadly, we're not alone.
See, the recruitment industry faces two critical challenges. The next generation can't find flexible, passion-aligned work on demand, and companies can't even efficiently fill roles that align with their own culture. This hiring process takes up to 3 months and wastes 15 hours per week.
75% of New Zealand's young adults face financial struggles. And on the other hand, companies in New Zealand lose 10 million working days annually, leading to a 40% productivity loss. Snippet, we're an on-demand work platform, like Uber, but for jobs. We revolutionise the matchmaking process utilising snippets of videos to connect job seekers with companies, showcasing their culture, values, and fostering deeper connections to find that perfect match. Using AI, Snippet grows with both the company and the employee's needs, ensuring the perfect fit and automating slow, manual processes in the hiring journey.
And trust is assured through a rating system. By building a community and harnessing a network effect, Snippet adds value to each individual user, boosting productivity and saving you time.
Through customer validation, we know that Snippet has 2 pricing models. For short-term roles, Snippet will charge a one-off transaction fee at 20%. For more longer-term roles, our app will charge a $300 listing fee and a $6,000 payment per employment role.
And using this model, we know the global market size for companies needing to fill empty job roles is $2.75 trillion. The New Zealand market alone is $3.8 billion. And in 10 years, we plan to dominate this market with a 40% share.
But why now? Simply a technological shift. See, the workforce seeks flexibility and connectivity, driving demand for solutions just like Snippet.
Our focus on university students and smaller logistics firms have been promising. We've built a database of 38 companies, a community of 100 students, developed our first MVP, and manually supplied workers in 4 different regions across New Zealand.
This year, we will partner with companies needing to fill empty job roles so we can establish our presence here in New Zealand. In 2025, we will tap into the Australian market, laying the foundation for global expansion into various industries.
And why us? We understand the next generation's pain points firsthand, and we're supported by founders with the expertise needed to revolutionise this industry.
So, we are seeking partnership with 100 logistics companies needing to fill empty job roles, so we can refine our MVP and expand our community to 1,000 students. So join us. Together, we can find your fit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing, thank you. Okay, on to our next venture. I would like to introduce Stride Boot.
Hello everyone, I'm Katrina Savage, the founder of Stride Boot. Meet my mum. After an ankle replacement, she was put in a moon boot for 3 months, day and night. To shower, she covered it in a plastic bag. She feared infection at night caused by the swelling and sweat, struggled to move due to the weight, and gained secondary joint pain. This was heartbreaking, especially knowing she is one of thousands facing the same avoidable struggles. Current recovery boots are uncomfortable, heavy, and lack in adjustability. 100% of users I have spoken to suffered from pain after just 2 weeks of wear, proving these boots do not meet customer needs. Therefore, I introduce you to the Stride boot, a user-centric recovery boot for ankle replacement recovery. The lattice-formed internal structure is comfortable, custom molds, skin-safe, and waterproof. The external structure is strong, lightweight, and supportive for stabilizing the ankle. The modular Lego-like design provides customization for different types and stages of recovery. The US market is our initial focus, as they perform the most ankle replacements, having recorded 41,000 over the past 10 years, and the numbers are increasing 140% annually. With the market growing, this is the perfect time for the Stride boot to enter. 12 out of 15 of ankle replacement recipients that I've interviewed used multiple boots that did not work and said that they would instead purchase the Stride boot based off its designs and claims. Also, 3 physiotherapists in Christchurch want to test the prototype, showing there is desire for a new recovery boot from users and health professionals. No competitors cater to ankle replacement recovery, which is ludicrous because the recovery process is unlike any other. 80% of ankle replacements fail after just 5 years, which could be reduced with the help of a more specific recovery boot. In 2023, I conducted extensive customer inquiries and won the Health Tech Validator Sustainability Award. This year, I found a manufacturer for the MVP, which is forecasted to release to market by October 2024. Initially, the Stride boot will target US users through a B2C website. Potential users will be introduced to the Stride boot through online ankle replacement communities, like the Facebook one my mum is a part of, which has over 5,000 participants, 90% of which are from the US. This then creates trust between user and product because of the community interaction, generating excitement and sales. I'm a passionate industrial designer with access to cutting-edge technology. I bring sweat equity and a commitment to users like my mum to improve their recoveries. To make this happen, I require industry connections in hospitals to run beta testing, and I'm asking for $200K to help get my MVP to market. So join me in striding towards a better future, one boot at a time. Thank you.
Amazing. We are now on to our final venture. I would like to invite to the stage Teeny.
Co-founder Renee. Everyone drinks milk, whether it's dairy, plant-based, or a bit of both. But they both come with a cost. Dairy comes at a cost to the environment, while plant-based comes at a cost to nutrition and enjoyment. Both lead to huge amounts of packaging waste and have short shelf lives.
Our solution, oat milk powder, packed with high amounts of protein, calcium, and other essential nutrients that no other plant-based milk can provide, all in one. We've done our research and we've selected the most sustainable crop out there, oats, grown right here in Aotearoa.
We've also selected the most sustainable material for our packaging, and by removing the water and compacting our packaging, our product weighs 95% less than our liquid competitors.
Choosing our 50-gram sachet saves 1 plastic bottle from going into landfill, and choosing our 200-gram pouch saves 4. This means way less CO2 transport emissions, way less packaging in landfills, and way less unused milk.
The few existing oat milk powders on the market fall short with grainy textures and are hard to rehydrate, while other oat milk liquids create huge amounts of packaging waste and have short shelf lives. Both lack nutrition. Our new process means that we have an improved taste and texture, as well as being easier to rehydrate for even more convenience. Plus, we're making it right here in the South Island, which reduces our transport costs and means that we can spend that money on packing it with nutrition.
So, where does Teeny fit in the market? We've taken the nutrition from dairy, the sustainability from plant-based, and we've bridged the gap. Our customers are aged 18 to 35. They're dedicated to sustainability, well-being, and they live dynamic lifestyles. The plant-based milk market is in for substantial growth. Within the next 10 years, it is projected to grow to $146 billion. Within 10, we are confident that we can capture a huge portion of this and become a multi-billion-dollar company.
We'll start by selling directly to our consumers to gain trust and build a community. Then we'll reach into the supermarkets and offices that are already waiting for us before targeting hotels, airlines, and cafes. Next, we'll expand globally to countries like China, where lactose intolerance is prevalent.
So far, we have a fully developed prototype. We've had interest from the emerging suppliers team at Foodstuffs, and we've been lucky enough to gain a mentoring scholarship from Brian West.
So what is next for us? We're currently awaiting grant funding to scale up our prototype, and following that we're going to do a crowdfunding campaign to do our first production run before seeking investment when we hit the stores.
Our vision extends to educating consumers on both the good and the not so good within the food industry, and we plan on donating to countries in need of compact nutrition. By owning our own factory and repurposing our oat waste into packaging, this will create a circular business model and boost New Zealand's economy. We believe that this is the future of the food industry.
Our team has all of the expertise necessary to make this happen. While I have the technical background, Renee will be taking care of the design and marketing. Michael Dury is providing pivotal business support, and we're working closely with the Food Innovation Network, among many other advisors.
Later this year, we will be seeking a $200,000 investment. If you're interested in this, or our earlier crowdfunding campaign, we would love to hear from you. Sign up to our website and join our community, and be the first to get a taste of teenie. Thank you.
Okay, wow, everyone can just breathe easy now. They all got through it. They all did such a great job. I feel like my heart has slowed down a lot just getting through those 8 pitches. So now it is time for you to decide who is the people's choice. So please jump on your phone and go to slido.com. Ideally, there is Wi-Fi here. It's the Wi-Fi is down the bottom there. But if you can just use your data, it might be quicker. Just, jump on. I'm going to do it while we're all doing it together so I can see how quickly. So you go, Google Chrome, slido.com, go. Boom, mine's loaded already. So that's good. That's a good start. Okay. 5571619. Okay, is everyone good out there? Yeah, I can see a few phone lights on. We need everyone to vote. So a poll should come up and you should be able to see all the names of the businesses. So just, take a vote. Right, done. It's easy as that. I've done it, so hopefully you guys have. We'll give you a little bit more time. Okay, I think there's a few people still looking at their phones, but they might have got distracted by social media. So we'll just move on. Once the stage is set up, I won't rush Ben. It's a hard choice, I know. There were some great pictures out there today. You all did very well. Should we get Leo up for his violin? He just looked at me like, do not. So before we announce the winners, we do have one final keynote speaker who I'm very excited to hear from. Our keynote speaker for this evening is Levi Fawcett. He is a UCE alum, an incredibly successful entrepreneur, and the CEO of Partly, who has come up, the company has come up quite a few times tonight already. Partly's vision is to accelerate the world towards a sustainable future by ensuring replacement parts are universally searchable, accessible, and available to all. It's a very successful company with an office of amazing people here in Ōtautahi, Christchurch, and I've watched this company go from strength to strength, and it's super exciting that they are here in Christchurch. So I'm very excited to hear from Levi. He is someone who embraces the effective altruism movement that emphasises the use of evidence and reason to maximise positive impact in the world. Wow. So I'd like you to please put your hands together for our keynote speaker, Levi Fawcett.
Alrighty. I'm very excited to be here. I think that was an extremely generous introduction. But today I'm going to talk you through my experience building companies. I've been very fortunate to be part of some really amazing New Zealand companies. Off the back of this, I want to take you through 3 key learnings. So these were the 3 most important things that I've learned over the last 5 years or so doing this, 3 New Zealand startups. And these are the 3 most important things that no one really told me at the start. Often I find when people get advice, when I give advice, and certainly when I received advice back when I was starting, it's very hard to tell which advice matters and which doesn't, right? You hear all these things. There are 10,000 different things you could be focusing on, and all of them sound equally important. The 3 things that I'm going to talk through are the 3 things that were far more important than anything else. First off, I'm going to start with Rocket Lab. So I joined Rocket Lab very, very early, its first 50 or so employees. Rocket Lab was trying to do something ridiculously ambitious, right? This was Pete Beck back in the day. And Pete said, we want to put a rocket into space, right? We want to do this from New Zealand. At the time, there was only one company in the world that had done this, that was SpaceX, right? One private company that had put a rocket into space. On top of that, he wanted to do it with the smallest team in the world. He said, we're going to put a rocket into space, and we're going to do it with under 200 people. 1/5 the size of the next smallest team, SpaceX, right? Now, the most important lesson I learned there, and I learned repeatedly from Pete Beck, was ambition. This is actually the most important lesson of all for me. There was nothing in the water in Silicon Valley, there's nothing in the water in these large companies that raise huge amounts of money. It really was boiled down to ambition, right? And Pete Beck embodied that ambition. Anyway, as I'm sure most of you know, we did that. Rocket Lab were the 2nd private company in the world to put something to space, and we did it with less than 200 people, which sounds like a lot of people. It's nothing putting a rocket into space. So the ambition that Pete had overrode everything else. Pete didn't have a degree. He was a fitter. He was an attorney. He worked at Fisher & Paykel. But he was ridiculously ambitious, and he never gave up, right? We created a bilateral treaty between the US and New Zealand. Pete went off, he did it. Okay, number 1, be ambitious, right? Nothing is more important than being ambitious. If you think that you're thinking big, you're probably not. Be more ambitious. There is nothing special about these companies that raise a lot of money or that appear to be doing really well outside of New Zealand. Companies in New Zealand can do it, and companies in New Zealand I constantly see held back because they don't believe they can, or they believe they're too far out. It's a little country, we're New Zealand. Can we really compete? We can. The next most important lesson I learned was a company that I founded called All Goods. Now, this was a terrible idea in hindsight, but I didn't know that at the time. The idea was to compete with Trade Me. There's probably someone in the room that has wanted to do this. It's such a common thing. We see this constantly. Now, the thing that I learned in doing this was all problems are hard, but only some problems are worth solving. Only some problems are valuable. So all problems are hard, but only some problems are valuable. The reason that is true, no matter what you do, no matter what you decide to put your time towards, it will be challenging. An extremely complex business, a simple business, anything you do, they can be hard or easy, and typically all problems are hard. The real challenge is finding problems that are genuinely valuable, right? So a first principles approach here, looking at the problem and saying, who does this provide value to? is this zero sum or is this providing value to everyone involved, is absolutely critical, right? It's not, in terms of all of the pieces of advice you'll get, really thinking it through, is this problem truly, truly valuable, is absolutely key. Now, the business All Goods, we grew it to a moderately successful company, I would say, but because we didn't think that through at the start, are we really solving an incredibly painful problem for customers, was the reason that the business didn't end up doing very well. Now, the third and final lesson, which again is absolutely critical for a company starting out or a small business, and that is focus. Now, every single person in the room starting a business or trying to start a business will constantly make this mistake. You won't focus enough. You won't say no to enough things. And so when we were building Partly, which has gone on to be a very successful business now, we made that mistake 5 or 6 times. It was embarrassing how many times we made that mistake. We said, are we going to do this? Can we do this? And we said, why don't we just do both? We'll de-risk, right? Kind of comes back to ambition. How ambitious are you going to be? Do you want to be the best in the world at what you're building? If you do, focus on one thing. Say no to everything else, and if in doubt, say no to more things. So, just to summarize those 3 things. Number 1, the most important thing, which I really, truly think was the biggest thing that held me back and has held a lot of people back, is ambition. New Zealand can categorically compete with large businesses, large American companies, the most successful companies in the world. When you meet these people, when you see how they operate, when you see how they behave, they are not that different to us here in New Zealand. Second, all problems are hard, but only some problems are valuable. Be really, really brutally honest about the problem you are solving. Is it a really, truly valuable problem, or is it sort of nice to have? Right? And third, focus. Right? Say no to a lot of things. One of the most important things you'll do is say no to a lot of things. If you think you're going to change direction, you're going to do something different, stop doing whatever you're doing, focus, say no to everything else, and just do that one thing, do it really well. Cool. That's my message.
Thanks, Levi. I just want to tautoko some of those messages because it's just so important for the students to hear this and for everyone else in the crowd and when you're working towards an idea or a business. And I think the ambition one is super important because it is extra hard, I think, in New Zealand because we do have that little thing that people don't like to talk about, but tall poppy syndrome is a real issue, and I have actually found over these 11 years since I did this program that ambition is really easy to get really crushed down. Like the older you get, you kind of like lose that hope, and sometimes it's seen as naivety, but I just think it's ambition, and I think it's really key to try and hold on to that, and it's so awesome that Levi's pushing that message. And obviously focus is a huge one. I think as someone who sold mascara for 3 years, one product on the market, that was our focus, and I really, just completely agree with Levi. So thank you so much, Levi, for that amazing message. Right, here we go. That's enough of me talking because we're about to hear the results, and I'm so excited. I'm going to sit down here just so I get to see everyone's faces. So I would like to invite back to the stage, Gerard and Pete, and of course Russell Wordsworth from the Business School, who are going to present the awards.
Well, now to the climax of the evening, including the People's Choice Award, which is on the Emmy Award-winning envelope. So, the deliberation between the judges was robust and vigorous due to the really high calibre of all the pitches. And the judges specifically mentioned that it was obvious that everyone had actually embraced the spirit and the content of the program and done the mahi to get to where they are today. So we are going to start with 2 internal awards, And they come with a certificate, a trophy, and a very small cash acknowledgement as well. So these internal awards reflect the way that actually people participated in the program. So the Cohort Contribution Award is given to a cohort member who has contributed to cohort dynamics throughout the program. This person brought heart to the group, constantly gave time to support and help their fellow students, and supported people in those unavoidable flat days of the entrepreneur's journey. And this award goes to Dean. The Customer Validation Award is given to the participant that has excelled at the customer inquiry and market validation aspects of their idea. And that's a crucial component, as Pete mentioned, a cornerstone of the program. So this person built a working prototype, conducted validation exercises with a target group, and paid particular attention to developing their minimum viable product. The award goes to Jackson Monday of Divi. The recipient of the People's Choice Award appealed to a significant proportion of the live and the live stream audience. The venture which struck a chord with you is Teeny. The Presentation Award celebrates a pitch which contains all the necessary information and has clearly presented its proposition in a compelling and engaging way. Our judges have also had the opportunity to grill the ventures during the judging process. So this winning presentation contained the right information at the right level to inform and persuade the judges and presented a compelling argument for support. The recipient could answer questions as well, with supplementary information readily available. Did genetics help? Congratulations to George and Louis Newton of Snippet Jobs. The Innovation Award is awarded when the idea or solution is novel and brings a new angle to the idea or problem. The winning venture brings capabilities which are normally the preserve of high-cost technology niche providers to everyday customer markets. It utilises a modern AI technological development pathway decomplicating a scalable solution for everyday use. The venture has established market connections and the experience to execute on the idea. Congratulations to Line Buddy. The Impact Award is awarded to the venture where the solution addresses the problem and could well be implemented. The venture could make a significant positive impact on a target group of people or customers. This winning idea has evolved over the program and features a desirable and scalable product. It is purpose-driven as well as commercially and technically feasible. It embraces the circular economy, providing both environmental and health benefits. Come on back, Teenie. To our final award. The most well-developed venture recognises the venture which overall has successfully integrated the elements of problem, solution, market, business model, feasibility and pitch. The winner has ticked all the boxes, which means they can launch tomorrow. Their combination of authentic story, product development and marketing has resulted in a clear, phased pathway to market and successful commercialisation. Congratulations to Amara Skincare. So thank you to all our ventures, our judges and to you. To all the ventures, while not everyone won an award, you're all amazing. So back to you, Hannah. Or Pete.
First of all, can I please say I really, really hope you have enjoyed the pictures from our ventures this evening. You've done me all incredibly proud, so pleased to have seen your progress. And really, at the end of the day, this wouldn't have been possible without an absolutely incredible ecosystem of support. And there are far too many names up here to possibly even sort of go through the number of people that have come along, been speakers, workshop facilitators, mentors, coaches, judges from throughout the program. So there's over 90 names up here on the list. And that is a testament to the wealth of talent that we've been able to bring in to support the program, to the extensive number of people willing to give up their time, expertise and passion to support the next generation. So thank you to you all. This absolutely is not possible without your support, and we really absolutely appreciate all of that. I would love to also give a special shout out to Richard Doyle. Richard is our international entrepreneur in residence. He is founder of a highly successful craft brewery, Harpoon Brewery, in the United States. And Richard flies over at his own expense every year to come to spend 2 to 3 weeks with our cohort and to help coach, mentor them through the development of their ventures. Richard, I really hope you're listening, bud, but thank you. Couldn't have done this without you this year. You're absolutely amazing. There's no way that I would have survived this far without two absolutely amazing interns that have just been an absolute wealth of support for not just me, the rest of the UCE team, but also to the cohort. And you've gone above and beyond this year. We've never had interns that were able to contribute in terms of helping with pitch coaching, etc. before. You're alongside me, you're the first ones in at the office each morning, and you put in the hard yards alongside the many, many other things you do in the world. So to Carmen Roscoe, Monique Lau, we absolutely cherish you and thank you. I don't have a slide for this, but I'd also like to just take one little wee moment to pay my appreciation to the rest of the UCE team. I guess I kind of come with a little wee bit of a founder personality type, which can mean I can be a storm in a teacup at times. And my team grit their teeth, put up with my running manically around the place, and are always there to support me and the program. And really, at the end of the day, the Summer Startup Program has been a full team press. And so thank you very much to Lisa, Vaughan, Mary, Ben, and Jared. Also, just like to take one moment to acknowledge these amazing individuals. So we had an all-pitch day last week where all 14 ventures pitched to get to our top 8 that you saw this evening. So Aldred, Lisa, Olivia and Paul, we absolutely appreciate your time and support. And whoops. Did I miss something? Yeah. Something had to give, right? Like, yeah. Okay. You're looking much prettier, Simon. No, thank you very much to our showcase judges for giving their time. Sorry for getting your names muddled up. But it really is amazing having you giving up your time, expertise and passion to support our ventures. So to Simon, Stacey, Ron and of course our Supreme Leader Jared, thank you. And lastly, before handing back to the amazing Hannah Duda, can I just say thank you to you all for coming along, giving up your time to join us this evening. And I'd really like to say that together we can ignite a generation of entrepreneurs and impactful ventures. From Ōtautahi, we can create one of the most amazing ecosystems of impact makers, entrepreneurs and change makers in the world. So thank you.
Amazing. That is the end of this evening's formalities. There's obviously networking after this. You can grab a drink, talk to all the ventures, you know, give them your love and show them how amazing they were. And just to say, like, if you're wanting to support this, it's so helpful to follow on social media, look out for their Kickstarters, their crowdfunds, and just start spreading the word. Even if the product isn't something you might use, but you might know someone that does use it, it's really important to kind of just put your money where your mouth is and help them out. And yeah, it's been so awesome for me to be here tonight to see the progress that UCE has, developed in the last 11 years. We used to occupy a Kirkwood pod, and now they have the 6th level of the beautiful building and this glass ceiling. It's just incredible to see how it keeps developing. And it really wouldn't do that without you. Even showing up tonight, if this is your first touch point with UCE, this is just the start, coming along. It's really amazing to see you all here. So can't wait to talk to you out there. And that closes us for the evening. So nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Thank you.